And good day. We interrupt this program for a special report. My name is Will Samuels of King K Cub, and you might be watching live on Mardi Gras TV. Happy to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. It is 11:31 Central Time, and we do have breaking news that I'd like to bring to you this morning, as it has been reported just a little while ago. The report on the City of New Orleans Frequently Asked Questions page looks like they are going to be canceling parades for 2021. Now, I want to talk about this. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of news that's going out there this morning. So we want to kind of break this all down to you. It's a developing story. There's things that are happening. So we are finding it out as we go along. So, okay. So, let's start off by saying that as of this point, up until this morning, we knew of a couple of Mardi Gras crews that have already canceled their parade. We knew of Ocean. We knew the crew of Namtak had already decided to cancel. We knew that the crew de Vue, as we had announced in our broadcast a couple of weeks ago, as of yesterday, they announced the crew of T-Rex. There were several Carnival balls that have been canceled. And we have, let's see, what else? Crew of Red Beans, the crew of Adonis, Namtak, Ocean, we already have said, the Slidell parades, the Slidelians, Perseus, many of the parading crew balls, many of the gay balls, the crew of Harlequins, the African American balls, St. John the Baptist Parish, Washington Mardi Gras has canceled all activities, as well as Carnival canceled in Brazil, Trinidad, and Aruba. And I want to point out the MardiGrasGuide.com, Arthur Harding's site, has a complete updated site on all the information that's going on. Also, a lot of information that's going on from the city in terms of what they are looking to do as far as an alternative for Carnival. Obviously, they're not canceling Mardi Gras. You can't cancel a religious activity. It's like saying, all right, we're going to cancel Yom Kippur. That is just not happening. Mardi Gras is there. Carnival season is there. It's the season you can't cancel it. There are lots of activities that can be canceled along the way. And obviously, Carnival will certainly look different coming up in 2021 than it has in the past. So bear with us this morning here. We're going to go through a number of things here and talk about exactly what's going on, and then we'll go from there. If you have questions, you can put it here on the King K Cub on the YouTube page. We are monitoring that. We've got a couple of different streams going on here. We're trying to give you the absolute latest news as to what's happening. So that's what's going on. Okay, what we do know, this was announced this morning on the City of New Orleans Frequently Asked Questions page about Carnival 2021. It says this: is the City of New Orleans celebrating Mardi Gras in 2021? The answer is the City of New Orleans cannot cancel Mardi Gras because it is a religious holiday. Like I said. However, we will not be able to celebrate the holiday this year as we have in the past. Why is that? Because we're in the middle of a pandemic. If you haven't already heard, that's kind of what's been going on the last 8 months. Now, here's the kicker. Will there be parades in the City of New Orleans this year? Parades of any kind will not be permitted this year because large gatherings have proven to be super spreader events of the COVID-19 virus. Okay, that looks pretty ominous in terms of the status of parades next year. Now, what we do know is this, that many of the crews, several crews have already canceled. But based on what the information that the city was giving yesterday of looking for alternatives, we don't know if this is actually the case. We are waiting for clarification from the city as to what this statement actually means. According to the, let me switch this over here. According to Doug McCash's article, and bear with me while I punch this up here. No parades allowed for Mardi Gras 2021, but other celebrations still possible. So let's take a look at this, what Doug McCash is saying. A section of the American Charles page on the city website appears to answer that question, and the answer is no. But Doug McCash says that this seems to directly contradict recent invitations from the city asking that Carnival organizations come up with creative ideas for celebrating Mardi Gras that is not canceled, just different. A tweet from the City of New Orleans account said the city confirmed that parades will not be allowed to roll due to their potential as super spreader events, but this tweet has since been deleted. Okay. Oh, and okay, here's something new. On the official Twitter account, it does say that no parades in 2021. So obviously it's going to be just a little bit different. So you can see here on this article, on Doug McCash's article on NOLA.com, Dan Kelly, president of Endymion, says that people should withhold judgment until the city clarifies its position later today. He said the mayor's Mardi Gras advisory committee meeting less than 2 weeks ago did not indicate anything about there not being any parade. So obviously the crew captains are being barraged with phone calls and emails at the moment and texts to see what's going on with that. Roy James, president of Zulu, says that he's not surprised of these parades being canceled. Ben Dupuy, representative Rex, said the organization is reviewing the information from the city and may have a further statement later. So this is still a developing story. We don't know exactly what the position is going to be. Here, the crews, if this is indeed the case, this is very shocking news to a number of the crews who have been working hard on their floats for next year. We drove by the Bacchus Den a couple of weeks ago, and they are hard at work on making their floats. They are the specific 2021 theme. That theme can't be repeated for 2022. A number of crews, as they are working on ordering throws now, several of them are ordering generic throws so that if the parades are indeed canceled, they can use those throws for 2022. A number of crews, such as, if you're paying dues, they're trying to figure out, okay, obviously because they're putting out a tremendous outlay of money to order in, make the floats, and do everything that they need to do to put on a parade, and they need to get this funding in. So a lot of people who have been riding in Mardi Gras parades are paying their dues as if there is going to be a parade in 2021. So there is a lot at stake. There is, okay, Fletcher Mackerel is just tweeting now, just my opinion, but I'm thinking as a once in a lifetime option. He says Mardi Gras in May is sounding better and better. City of New Orleans, Jeff Parrish government should work in unison to save Carnival parades in 2021 by moving crews that are willing to 2 weekends, Thursday through Sunday in May. That's his opinion. That's not happening. But again, that's just what Fletcher Mackerel tweeted. Again, we're just monitoring the Twitter stream that we go. If you have comments, if you have questions, you can tweet us at King Cake Hub and at Mardi Gras TV for more information. And we'll check our YouTube channel here. Again, we got a number of different screens going on here, so it's impossible to check everything at the moment. So if you do have a question, then certainly let us know. Latest tweet from Mardi Gras from WWL TV says Carnival parades have been canceled more than a dozen times over the years. Civil war, civil unrest, yellow fever, world wars, and New Orleans police strike are some of the reasons why parades have been canceled. Tura Comus did not parade during the Civil War, 1862 to 1865. They returned in 1866 with just one float, followed by maskers on foot. In 1879, there were no parades of Comus or Momus, which was established in 1872 because of a yellow fever epidemic, which killed more than 4,000 people, but they said a net year Rex did roll on that day on Mardi Gras. Organized parades were canceled in 1918 and 1919 due to World War I. 1918 also had the Spanish flu. Due to World War II, parades were canceled from 1942 to 1945. A number of parades canceled because of the Korean War in 1951. 1979 police strike prompted the cancellation of Zulu, Rex, and Comus. All 16 New Orleans crews canceled their parades at Carnival. 13 of them relocated to Slidell, Kenner, Chalmette, and Gretna. So, again, Mardi Gras is a date on the calendar, an event like Christmas or Easter, which can't be canceled. You can't actually cancel Mardi Gras because that's a date on the calendar. But you can cancel the events that surround Mardi Gras. And so a number of things, that's certainly a possibility. So WWL just put that on their site talking about the historical times in which Mardi Gras has been canceled. Again, on Pizza Nola, Twitter list, NOLA Media Twitter list. We have about 325 different sources. You can follow them at twitter.com/NOLA/pizzanola/list/NOLA Media or something like that. Or you can search on Pizza Nola list for NOLA Media. Again, the number of sources that we're following now. This is a developing story. This is a breaking news story. That is why we are here. The special report in the King Cake Hub World Broadcast Complex, breaking into our Mardi Gras TV programming to bring you this news of the day. Speaking of Mardi Gras TV, that's something that we got to talk about too, in terms of what plans are going to be an alternative plan for Mardi Gras. And that's something that the King Cake Hub is doing with Carnival with King Cakes. That's one of the things we've been talking about it all for the last several months. When we knew this date was coming, we knew that Carnival the parades are going to be a lot different for 2021, and Mardi Gras is going to look a lot different next year than it has in the past. We've been getting ready for it. King Cake Hub's been getting ready for it. We've got a lot of stuff lined up. Mardi Gras TV is one of those. You can follow at mardigras.tv.twitter. You can watch live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on mardigras.tv.com. Right now, right now we just started Isaac Chooks, how to make a poor boy. He's got a chicken and corn chip casserole program coming up in just a second. Ricky Sebastian, great drummer from UNO Jazz Studies, has a show coming up at about 15 minutes on the mardigras.tv.com channel. We got the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra. We got a 1977 New Orleans Jazz game against the New York Knicks. That's a lot of fun watching Pete Maravich, classic player. That's coming up later this afternoon. And we have our King Cake Hub update, 2 months until Carnival, airing later on today. And tonight, Dinah's Orchestra from the New Orleans Jazz Museum. We got a Jazz Fest Rewind with Stanton Moore, Tony Hall, Ivan Neville, Robert Mercurio, and Keith Carlock, airing later tonight about 8 o'clock. And Trombone Shorty, Orleans Avenue, a concert recorded in Berlin back in November of 2017. That's going to close out the day on Mardi Gras TV. So a lot of stuff. Tremendous amount of programming, a wide variety of music and education and history and sports and classic commercials, and a whole lot of fun and entertainment. A lot of great content that's being put out there that with so many of our partners. The Warner Jazz Museum putting out a tremendous amount of local content. Great concerts several days a week. We've got those lined up at mardigras.tv.com. We have about, 1,500 hours of programming in just our first month that we have been putting together. We've been cultivating it. And over Carnival, we're going to be bringing you not live parades, but certainly video of parades past and a whole lot of Carnival history and classic Meeting of the Courts. Gotta watch Meeting of the Courts. And video of parades past. That's all coming up on Mardi Gras TV, which we are live on right now. Again, you click on the red live button and see what's happening on Mardi Gras TV. And we'll be putting out tomorrow's schedule just a little bit. We program every day is individually cultivated. Brand new selection of programming on Mardi Gras TV every day. So I do recommend that you check that out. Let's see. Here we are live on Mardi Gras TV. There is Isaac Chooks of Chooks Meadery, classic, and New Orleans chef and entertainer. Super nice guy. So that's going on now on Mardi Gras TV. All right. So again, what we know is that Crew T-Rex announced yesterday they are canceling. Crew de Vue announced a couple of weeks ago. Several other parades, carnival balls. The city of New Orleans frequently asked questions give. Sorry, let me punch this up here. Again, we got a number of different things. The production team is a team of one. So bear with. All right, here are the frequently asked questions that are. We don't know when this was actually published on the city's website, and we are waiting for clarification. Are Mardi Gras crews holding balls? Some Mardi Gras crews may be holding modified balls following strict local COVID-19 guidance. Attendance at balls is by invitation only, thereby not open to the general public. One of the things that they are putting out there. Now, several of the gay Mardi Gras crews, Arminius, Petronius, have already announced. Obviously, you can't have that many people all in one specific spot. When the number of cases and hospitalizations, the number of people getting sick have just skyrocketed at record numbers. Why is that happening? Because folks haven't been wearing masks, because folks have been doing really things that they shouldn't have been doing over the last several months, when honestly, this could have been dealt with in the spring had enough people say, okay, this is what you got to do to be able to curtail this virus, is wear a frickin' mask. So we don't need to be in this. We don't need to be in this position now. There were even that super spreader event just a couple of weeks ago on Jackson Square. Didn't need to happen. Checking out the Earth Cam, the Bourbon Street Cam. So many people are walking down there not wearing masks. You got to do it to protect others. People are talking about massive Thanksgiving Day celebrations, or even having other friends and family who don't live in your house, but having guests over, or who are traveling with Mardi Gras. You really want to be in a crowded airport right now in the thick of this pandemic? I don't think so. Thanksgiving, there are other ways to do it. We did on Passover. We did a Zoom Seder, and it was amazing. We had an entire family, folks from my brother, sister-in-law, nephews from Canada, everybody. My nephew, my niece, my great niece. We're all on. It was great. We had a whole family celebration. You can do that via Zoom. You can do that virtually. You don't need to have everybody together and run the risk of people getting sick on Thanksgiving. You can find other ways to celebrate the holiday, and that's what's happening now in terms of okay. And here's something new that's just coming up here. There are other ways to celebrate, just as there are going to be other ways to celebrate Carnival. We are getting a tweet now from Jeff Adelson, who works for the Times-Picayune and NOLA Advocate. Covers mostly the political beat. He just tweeted out, for what it's worth, it looks like the city has been taking down some, but not all, of the social media posts it put up containing the No Parades graphic. However, the frequently asked questions that prompted this story this morning is still up. Make of that what you will. Okay, and he is, they're waiting actually for a press briefing now. Okay, here are some breaking news here that's coming up from this press briefing that apparently is going on right now. And this is quotes from Jeff Adelson. Okay, here's breaking news right now. The city says Mardi Gras is not canceled. It has religious implications. Under the guidelines, gatherings of more than 250 are not allowed. Spokesperson Bo Tidwell says common sense tells you we cannot have parades. That's from Keith Asparos from WWL. Jeff Adelson, let me just kind of read you these tweets now. Again, this is all happening live, breaking news. So we're covering this here as best that we can. City Communications Director Bo Tidwell starts out with an update on the COVID situation. He notes that positivity is rising and has doubled in the last week in New Orleans. Hospitalizations stable in New Orleans but have been rising elsewhere in the state. He believes the increases in New Orleans are coming from community spread, not necessarily from Tulane that had an outbreak a few weeks ago, which has since been brought under control. He says that there is an enforcement notice issued against the business on Frenchman Street for failing to follow coronavirus guidelines. Okay, now they're talking about Mardi Gras. Spokesperson Bo Tidwell says, we know that Mardi Gras next year will not look like any other year. Under the guidelines, gatherings of more than 250 people are prohibited, so it's going to have to be different. Everything that moves forward has to move forward in line with the health guidelines that are in place, the guidelines that are in place right now. He moved on to some other quick announcements before taking questions. They're going to see if they can get some more clarity. They ask about parades. Under the guidelines, you can't have a gathering of more than 250. Parades, as we know them, are not possible under those guidelines. You can't put on the money to throw a parade and have 250 people out there on the street. That just doesn't make financial sense. The ad was asked about the lack of notification to the crews. He says, I know the mayor and her team have been in contact with the crews throughout this process. He says they've been told that they have to follow the guidelines, which implies that parades would not be possible. From a crew standpoint, from a financial standpoint, if the crews are trying to put on a parade and they can only have 2/3 of their floats full, that doesn't make sense from a financial standpoint. The crews just don't have the money to be able to put on a parade if they don't have the riders who are paying dues. If they can't have people out on the street, It doesn't make sense for people to spend a couple $1,000s on throws and be sitting on it. With these guidelines, with the pandemic still in place, and with the number of infections and hospitalizations that are up, me to say, not necessarily, it's just, it doesn't make sense. So again, they are still trying to clarify. What is it? Bo Tidwell says he doesn't think this should be a surprise to anyone. We don't know what the conditions are going to be, and they're going to continue to respond to the conditions as they develop. Okay. So this briefing right now is still going on. Gatherings of more than 250 people are not permitted. What we want to do is work with the crews to find ways forward under the current guidelines. So again, this is going to take a lot of work from the crews. Crew de Vue has announced that they're going to be doing some special events, not having the parade, but some special events that are COVID safe, and they'll be announcing those very soon in terms of what they're going to be doing for 2021. So again, this is a developing story. We are getting tweets here. We're following on Twitter now and trying to bring you this information as we go along of how things are going to be. Again, they are giving a briefing as we speak. Let's see actually if we can try and cover this briefing live. I'm not sure if this will actually work, but since we are here live on Mardi Gras TV and KingKCub.com, we can try and make that happen. So take just 1 second here as we try and get you the latest news. Let's see. Well, I guess we can't do that with the teletype. So let's take the teletype off. Okay.
I think once we look at those and determine how they would function in line with the public safety guidelines, then we can expect we can be more specific about what they're rolling out.
He's asked whether there's a possibility conditions could allow parades, and he says there's a lot of hypotheticals packed into that question, but he says it doesn't seem like things are heading in that direction. The spokesperson says he doesn't know what conditions will be like in February, and if things get better, they may be able to ease some restrictions.
Have been before, it's different than anything you've ever experienced. And we are all collectively trying to figure out what that's going to look like. Because I don't think you need me to tell you we're unprecedented. They're coming to the city. One of the things that we have fought really hard for when we implement the cards and stop this spread was to establish that New Orleans is a safe place to come, it's a safe place to be. Right now, the numbers are concerning and advisory. So,
okay, well, we're not. Technology isn't going to let us actually show the video of that, but we are monitoring. Here we go, and we're monitoring Facebook. Tidwell says the message that we are sending to tourists is that it is Mardi Gras is not canceled, just going to be different. Okay. So we won't bring that live, but we are following the tweets as we go. Again, City of New Orleans press conference going on right now. A city spokesperson says it's not realistic to expect a sea change in conditions between now and February. Bottom line is that it is highly, highly, highly unlikely we will see any parades in the city of New Orleans. That's a tweet from Keith Esparros from WWL. So that's where we're at right now in terms of the breaking news this morning. The city of New Orleans saying that there will not be parades in 2021. We don't know what that means for Metairie and Kenner, but obviously the writing's on the wall in terms of what that means for parades for next year. That's what it means for parades. That doesn't mean that Mardi Gras is canceled. It means that we will find a way, and we'll find different ways to be able to celebrate Carnival And that's one of the things that we're doing at King Cake Hub is we will still be around. King Cake Hub's still happening. There will still be king cakes. You can see on our little slideshow graphic over 50 different varieties from a dozen different bakeries that we have at King Cake Hub. We've got a new one. We've got Breads on Oak, and we've got Gracious Bakery joining our bakery partners this year. Lots going on. We have Mardi Gras TV, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've got a brand new cake that Noka is developing in conjunction with Cake Cafe. With that just looks phenomenal. They'll also be carrying the goat cheese pear and a brand new king cake that we don't even have a picture of it. We can't even tell you the description of it yet. They're still working on it, but it sounds amazing. They are going to be using a lot of local ingredients. Going to be a kind of a New Orleans specialty, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be coming up with next. We have our Epiphany King Cake with a brand new Nutella flavor that's coming. We have the King Cake Coterie, which is on sale now. It is going very, very, very quickly. This is a great gift. What people have done, you can also get it delivered locally. We're not shipping it out this year, but there were a couple of people that have been giving it as gifts, like someone from out of town wants to treat somebody who lives here with a great collection of king cakes. You can see them on the screen. The brand new collaboration between Noka and Steve Himmelfarb of Cake Cafe is first. Bywater Bakery's Key Lime King Cake, Gracious Bakery's Cherry Jubilee, Canada's Kingberry Royale. Zapardo's has a savory brie fig and candied dates king cake, and Breads on Oak. This is a brand new one, bourbon praline pecan. 6 successive king cakes starting January 6th and then continuing Tuesday through February 9th. On sale now for just $180. It's going to sell out, and you can add $50 for season-wide local delivery. Go right now to kingcakehub.com to have to order that, and you need to do it quickly because we've had a really, really good response this year. You can also get a King Cake Hub gift card with to treat now. So, Christy Lorio, I have a lot of thoughts on Mardi Gras. Maybe this will be the reset button. We've long needed to break up the chair and ladder brigades. That's potential. Maybe doubtful, but hopeful the city will spread parades out and not have everything rolled down St. Charles in 2022. That's a very interesting thought that has the potential now of being basically a paradigm shift on what we are used to for Carnival. And maybe this is a way, having parades canceled for next year, maybe this is a way to have more time to be able to take a look at things and say, what can we do better? How can we be more efficient? How can we have a different Carnival and a better Carnival than what we're used to? The city has a message for tourists. Please respect the restrictions in the city. Mardi Gras will look different than your experience in any past year. So yeah, a lot of things are going to be different. Again, breaking news. The city of New Orleans has announced that there will not be Mardi Gras parades for next year. They are not canceling Mardi Gras because that's a religious observance. Can't cancel a particular holiday. It's just going to be different ways to observe the holiday, to follow the tradition, to enjoy Carnival. The spirit of what we are able to do in New Orleans, that lives on. And that will never die, and we will find a way to celebrate. We are doing it with King Cake Hub. We're doing it with Mardi Gras TV. That was a really loud teletype. Okay. Yeah, we get the picture. There's a teletype. That's one of the things that we do at the spirit of Carnival at King Cake Hub. Carnival isn't canceled. It is going to look different. In many ways, there are going to be a number of different ways, and I can't wait to see what the crews are going to be doing, what the marching groups are going to be doing, what the bands are going to be doing, of ways that we can keep the spirit of Carnival alive. We've been talking about this for several months. This doesn't come as a big surprise. We knew this was happening. We knew that the volume of cases that were happening was going to mean that we're not going to have parades next year. It sucks that it's official and that this announcement has been made, but it's the right decision. It's the only thing that we can do to make sure that we are safe. Obviously, Carnival 2020 was a super spreader event. There's no denying that a lot of people caught COVID as a result of being in New Orleans during Mardi Gras 2020. But what we are doing, we can be on the forefront of making the smart decisions to say, let's not create a situation where we are getting people sick. Spokesperson talking about the virus says, we get it, people are tired, we've been doing this since March, and it's nearly Thanksgiving. We had many ways to be able to stop this early on, and we didn't, and we screwed this up. And now we're seeing the effects of it. But what we need to do now is wear your mask. If you have Thanksgiving plans that are involve people from outside your immediate family, cancel them. If you're planning on traveling for Thanksgiving, you should cancel those plans. If you're going outside without a mask, put on a freaking mask. If you think that this doesn't affect you, if it thinks it can't affect your family and your friends and your neighbors, then you're wrong. If you say, well, okay, I'm in my rights not to wear a mask, that's fine, but you're going to get others sick if you don't wear a mask. You're not necessarily protecting yourself, but you're protecting others, and you should have some freaking common courtesy so that you don't want to get other people sick. So if you're going outside in public, if you're going outside where you're interacting with people, then wear a freaking mask. Thank you. All right. Again, follow more information. We will be bringing you more information here at King Cake Hub. Follow us on Twitter. Follow Mardi Gras TV on Twitter. Watch MardiGrasTV.com. We will have more information. We will be live as conditions warrant. As we are getting this breaking news, again, to recap, that the city has announced that there will not be Mardi Gras parades in 2021. There will be a Mardi Gras. There will be a carnival. There will be the spirit of this city, which is what makes it great. But unfortunately, parades of any kind will not be permitted because large gatherings have proven to be super spreader events of the COVID-19. Of the COVID-19 virus. What's that? I'm Will Samuels of King Cake Hub. Oh, question from Gambit about more informal parades. Messaging and work about small groups is making sure that everybody understands what the guidelines are and what is needed. All right, so that's what we have right now. We will have more information as it develops. Follow us on our social media at King Cake Hub and at Mardi Gras TV and at Pete Nola and Will Samuels and just whatever else. Follow the NOLA Media Twitter list. It's some pretty unfortunate news that we're seeing today, but again, that's the breaking news that is happening right now. More information, more clarification is happening really every minute as we're watching on Twitter now. That's the situation. That's what's happening. King Cake Hub, though, we are going to be here for you. It's going to be a little different next year, but we will have a lot of variety of King Cake, and also, actually, one of the most important things that we're doing in the King Cake Hub, which I should be remiss if I didn't even mention, is the fact that we will be focusing on curbside pickup, and we will be having local delivery through DoorDash, not only of our king cake, but working with restaurants such as Katie's and Gabrielle's to bring you food items, so that all in one place. We're calling it Carnival, so that we have everything all in one place. Katie's, Gabrielle, available through DoorDash, food, king cake, the Mardi Gras guide, other goodies, all in one thing. You'll be able to order through the little DoorDash app. That's the international symbol for ordering through the DoorDash app. All of that stuff you'll be able to get at home, all to be able to help you celebrate in place of, so you can have your king cake, you can have your she crab bisque from Gabrielle, which I'm so excited about. You can have food from Katie's, you can have your Mardi Gras guide, you can do all of that, have your king cake, be watching parades on MardiGrasTV.com, all of that in one place, brought to you by King Cake Hub. Okay, thank you for joining us for this special report. I'm Will Samuels. We will have more information as it develops or until it's time for lunch, whatever comes first. Thanks for watching. Good day.